Hi everyone. Today's drill is standing postures. So the great thing about standing postures is that it helps to sharpen your mind. It helps you to focus in, because you can't stand on one leg if you're so busy thinking about what you're going to have for dinner later, or is such and such going to call you back, or waiting on this email. All that kind of like nonsense that we spend so much energy on that prevents us from really being able to think clearly. It's not thinking, all that kind of stuff like, oh God, someone's going to call me back, is this going to happen, is that going to happen? That's not thinking, it's not creative thinking. It's just firefighting the problems. And in fact, actually, it's actively looking for problems. I'm actually looking for problems. I'm not creatively thinking for any solutions. I'm just going round and round and round the mulberry bush. We've all been there. Believe you me, I do it all the time. I'm standing here saying to you, but I do it. But this is a way of helping you to cope with that, because it's just a symptom of modern life. There's so much stuff going on. The phone's going, the kids are crying, the email's buzzing, the cooker's ringing. I mean, you name it, it's all happening, isn't it? It's helicopters flying by outside. Anyway, away from that, let's just stop it. So we're going to do a very short drill today on standing postures that you can repeat at home in the safety of your own home over and over again. You can actually master them. That's what these drills are all about. They're all about mastering these specific little routines that you can add in to an already daily program, or you can just create a daily program out of the bits that you like. That'll just help to get you moving, get you motivated, and help to clear away all the nonsense all around us. Sounds brilliant, doesn't it? Right, let's start. So one of the most important and one of the most, you could say it's very fundamental yoga postures, Tadasana, mountain pose. And in theory, you could say, that's just standing there, Mickey. Oh, no. It's so much more than just standing. It's about getting your posture, your alignment right from the very beginning. It's the starting point that you're going to move off to. So, although you can't see my feet, because in the privacies of my own home, it's not, I've had to make the adjustments to try and do this bit of filming, and my feet are cut off. But we know what feet look like, don't we? So just without looking, and the brilliant thing about us, we're so well designed as humans that we don't need to look every time we want to move something. I can move my hands, I don't need to look at them. I can move my feet, I don't need to look at those. I'm sending messages down to say, feet move, feet, leg, put them over in there. So without looking down, just looking straight ahead, feel the sole of your foot. So just move forward onto the toes, then back onto the heels, lifting the toes off, forward onto the toes, lifting the heels off, bending the knees, back onto the heels, lifting the toes off, straightening the legs, bending the knees, lifting the heels off, heels down, and then come to a point where you feel the weight is balanced evenly along the sole of the foot, which is often called the four corners of the foot. Now, without leaning over onto that left leg, keeping the legs straight, let's take our hands to the hips. So we're keeping our legs nice and straight. So this is me in Tadasana. This is not Tadasana. This is me slouch, my core. Activate that core. Roll the shoulder blades out of the way. So roll the shoulders out of the way, because we're so used to our shoulders being like that now. Let's get them out of the way. Get the pelvis into a neutral position and lift your right foot off the floor. Just lift your foot off the floor. You're standing on one leg. This is step one. For some of you, this might already be very challenging. If it is, just practice staying there. For those of you who've got a little bit more focus, find something on the floor to look at. I'm going to join you by doing that, so I'm not looking at the screen. And circle that leg around. So open up the leg, open up the hip, and circle it around. Open it up, looking at that point in the floor. And don't worry if you get a bit wobbly and you have to put the foot down and start again. That's fine. Let's go the opposite way now. So we're lifting the knee up and around. Keeping those hips fairly level with the head. Keep the head level. Imagine you've got a book balanced on the top of your head. It's finishing school stuff. And then let's stop. Take the hand over the front of the knee and open that knee out to the side. Again, if you're starting to wobble like this, what you don't want to do, so you're going to take the knee out to the side while I'm talking, what you don't want to do when you take that knee outside is suddenly to start to tip forward into this kind of position. Yeah? You want to stay in that standing, that upright position. When you're doing any standing postures, always think up rather than falling down like this, where you're like that. So bring the knee out and then bring the sole of the foot to the inside of the calf. So really engage those muscles there. Remember the book is on the top of the head. And if you think, do you know what, Mickey, I've got this, you can take the foot up to the inside of the thigh. So the foot is either above the knee or below the knee. It's not on the knee. Let's circle those arms out. Again, this is a level 2. If you're already wobbling here, then just use the arms to kind of counterbalance on one leg. Focus there. Breathing, not stop breathing. Again, you could press pause and stay here as long as you can or want, or you can go with me and place the foot down. Let's go to the other side. So again, we're just lifting, we're not tilting over to the right, we're keeping those hips lined up and we're lifting the left leg off. Circling that leg in the same way. Keeping the book balanced on top of the head. Circling it around. Let's go the other way. Up, open and out. Might feel stiffer or not so stiffer. And then stop, open the knee out to the side again, remembering we're not tipping forward. We're opening the knee out to the side and staying standing up. Keeping the foot below the knee, opening it out to the side, having that sense of lift. And again, if you think, you know what, Mickey, I've got this on this side, you can bring the foot up to the inner thigh. Otherwise, just keep the foot master level 1. There's no point in going like this, trying to get this foot up, or end up with a foot here. You want the foot to either be below the knee on the calf or above the knee. Let's find our stillness there. Breathing. And then nice and gracefully bring the foot down. Easy. Yeah? Remember, it's just practice. These videos are for you to practice this over and over and over again so that you can master it. Okay, we're going to take this a step further. I'm going to turn onto the side to show you. So this one, once again, we're going to come to the right side. So we're going to stay nice and lifted, nice straight posture. Remember, not tipping forward. Try not to tip so the tailbone's pointing that way. Now get that tailbone, the pelvis in the neutral position. Again, right foot off. So just lifting the right foot off the floor. And again, just doing what I've just been doing. If you start to wobble and you need to just touch it back down, yeah, just do it. So lifting the right foot off, taking the hands onto both, looking at something ahead of you, not something down there so the head's tipping forward. Looking ahead, right foot is off, and then we're going to extend softly. The left leg is really, really strong. My brain's telling the left leg that all the weight's going onto that leg. As I extend the right leg back behind you, level off the hips with the arms, and I'm in warrior. Luckily I got to cheat there. Warrior 3. From warrior 3, I'm going to fold to standing splits. Standing splits always sounds really fancy just because you're saying the word splits.
but it's really a forward fold on one leg at its most basic level. Try to get the hands from away out here, because again here the head and my weight's displaced forward. Walk those hands in. If your fingers are miles away from the floor, bend the standing leg so you get closer to the floor. With this leg in the air, which is the right leg, we're going to extend that right leg up behind us and see if we can straighten the standing leg, bringing the left rib towards the left thigh and the head down. Breathing there. 1. Keep moving that right leg. So if you can straighten it. 2, 3, 4, and then bringing the right down next to the left, forward fold. Soften those knees. Come to stand up. Let's just circle those arms around to release any tension in the shoulders. Back to Tadasana. Yeah? We're going to do the other side. Often, the second side is easier just because your brain knows where it's going. It knows what's going to happen next, so it doesn't sort of think, oh my God, what she's going to say now. Bringing the weight again, not going offline, staying online, lifting the left foot off. So as I said the last time, wobbling is absolutely fine. None of us are going to be able to do this perfect every time. So I'm folding here at the hips, I'm tilting my pelvis and extending the left leg out behind me, trying to straighten off that pelvis so that I'm not in this kind of shape, that I'm more level with the hips. Imagine that book that was on top of the head is balanced here now. Find your balance. And then we're going to fold to standing splits. Nice and deep. Again, trying to bring the hands in. For some of you, you might be able to just practice taking the hands off, or maybe one, or maybe the other. Or maybe you can really nail that balance. Lifting that leg higher, going deeper in the fold, head down, and then bringing the left next to the right. We're back in forward fold, slowly rolling up, circling those arms around, connecting the palms back to Tadasana. Easy. We're going to do that again on one more time each side. So we're going to the right side again, starting off with just lifting the foot off. We've got our hands on that pelvis, so we're rotating, turning the pelvis, coming to that halfway mark if you like. Level pelvis, book is on the back there, and then I'm extending the right leg back behind me. Breathing there. Try not to stop breathing just because you're balancing. Holding it a little bit longer this time. And then gracefully folding a little bit deeper maybe this time to standing splits. Softening that standing leg and extending and straightening the one in the air. Folding the left rib towards the left thigh. Breathe 1, head down. 2, and on 3 we're right next to left. Circle those arms around. We're back into Tadasana. Other side. It's all making sense now, isn't it? All making sense. Other side. Left foot off. Hands on the hips. We're going to tip those hips again. Leveling it off, bringing the book onto the back, the imaginary book, and becoming balancing there. Breathing. And then folding deep. Rib to thigh. Again, getting those fingers as close to the foot as you can, bending that standing knee so you become lower. And then extending and straightening the leg that's in the air. Heads down, rib is close to thigh. Exhale, left next to right, let's roll up. Circling those arms around, connecting the palms overhead down to heart center, Tadasana. See how it's getting easier, the technique? Let's just do it one more time. Come on, let's do it, because we're enjoying it so much. It's slow, it's really focusing in the mind. I can really feel that if I even hesitate or think about something for a moment, then boom, I've lost my balance. Okay, level on the hips, here we go. Right foot off. Pelvis, turning, whoops. Something noisy outside, banging about. Focus. And then folding to standing splits. Nice and deep. Extending and straightening the leg in the air. Inhale, exhale, right next to left. Let's roll up. So each time that you do it, you can feel that maybe it's not necessarily getting easier, but that you're more focused in what you're doing. It's just that the brain now has got a way. It's going, your body's going, oh, okay, now I've worked out how to do this. Repetition, repetition. That's why repetition works. Hands on the hips, lifting the left foot off. We're tilting that pelvis again. Let's do it together. We know what we're doing now. This is the hazards of doing video at home. There's people banging about, doing gardening, lawnmowers, babies, kids. Exhale, fold to standing split, nice and deep. Kicking that leg in the air, head down. Inhale, exhale, left next to right, rolling up. Big circle with those arms. Connect the palms, heart center. So you could repeat that about 10 times. You could repeat that about 10 times, and you would really notice how each one, maybe not 10, 6 times, you would really notice how each time it got a little bit easier. So, as I said, maybe not easier, that's maybe not the right word, but you can see where it's going, you can get your focus out of it. Okay, the next posture that we're going to do, I'm going to show you side on, but we're going to start in Tadasana. So roll those shoulders out of the way and the arms face forward. Extend the arms out, so you're extending the arms out like this. Step the right foot forward, straight line. Try not to do that. Keep the hips level. From there, turn the arms so the palms face behind you and connect the fingers behind your back and then the palms. Roll those shoulders out of the way and straighten the arms behind you. Inhale there and exhale as you start to fold, extend the arms away, looking down at the floor. Halfway, keep those shoulders out the way and then you're going to fold the rib to the thigh again. You're looking at the foot. Inhale, exhale a little bit deeper. Inhale, exhaling a little bit deeper. Inhale, exhale, and then on the next inhale, come up. Release the hands, step the feet together. We're back in Tadasana. Brilliant. Extend the arms out in the inhale. Step forward with the left foot. Bring the arms round behind you, and this time you've got this default, the opposite index finger on top. Roll those shoulders out of the way, extend the arms back, and we're going to go halfway fold. Keep the shoulders out of the way, squeeze them together, stop, and then go rib towards the thigh, extending the arms away. Inhale, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then release the hands, coming back up on 5. Step the feet together,
we're back in Tadasana. Let's take a moment there, closing down the eyes. Becoming still. Bringing the palms together. Hari Om. Have a wonderful day.